What's your opinion on card tricks and magic, says Susuma Void? Well, let's not put the two in the same category. Card tricks are card tricks, and card tricks are great. Any kind of like performance magic tricks always interested me. I'm not so impressed anymore. I was at a dinner not so long ago, and someone came around and did some card tricks, and I just knew how they were done straight away because I've watched loads of those things. Like, once you pick up some principles of like redirection and you think back over how things are done, like especially if something's like written on a card but you're not shown when it was written and things like that, there's all these little tricks, and once you've learned a few of them you can start to see it. But one of the things I really don't like in that type of art is stooges. When you deploy actors, I just feel like that's kind of missing the point. If you're going to deploy actors, that's just too deceptive. Like, the idea is to trick and deceive, but at that level you're even tricking the deception now. You're deceiving the deceive. And one of them who does it is this British magician called Dynamo, I think his name is, or something. And a lot of his stuff is really good, but quite frequently he uses stooges. And when you realise stooges are involved, all of a sudden a lot of the tricks that he does just do not look impressive anymore. Yep, Dynamo, says Susuma Void, so someone knows what I'm on about. Love the Penn and Teller misdirection video with the cigarette. Even though they slow it down and show you how the trick is done, there's still some magic to make it happening so fast. I'm not sure if I've seen that one. I've seen a lot of Penn and Teller, so probably. The one that always amazed me is the catching the bullet in the mouth trick. I don't think they've ever actually revealed that, purely because I think it actually involves firing the gun and potentially killing someone. But I could be mistaken. Like, it's been a while since I've delved into this stuff, right? Anyway, the Dynamo one. So he has this trick where he's in like a lounge, I guess you would call it, and what he's going to do is basically put a sheet in front of a window and then go through the window. And the window is like, you know, double glazing, super thick, and he's not going to break it or anything like that. And I think there's even a celebrity with him or something, you know, to kind of like bolster the whole act. Anyway, so once you realise that this guy uses stooges and you watch a trick like that, what you'll notice is the people he asks to hold up a sheet in front of the glass that he is about to move his body through magically without breaking it, the expressions on their faces are just rubbish. Like, it's like this, oh, shock and amazement, oh wow, oh my goodness me, you know, you're shifting your body through glass, and you just become aware that, like, that's not a genuine reaction. That's probably not what a reaction to someone shifting their body through glass without breaking it would look like. Probably faint. You know, like, and all you have to do is focus on the stooge and you're like, oh, it's so clear that something's going on, right? Like, maybe the sheet of glass is set up and they can, you know, shimmy it to the side while no one else is looking, and it's just a really... I just find it lousy when you use stooges. You put a blank in the gun and the bullet in your mouth, and when the gun fires, you put the bullet in your teeth, says Gribster. That might be how they do it, it might not as well. The way they... I think there's so much more to it than that, because don't they sign the bullet and they do all these things that really do signify the bullet is travelling across the room. You can't catch a bullet with your teeth, says I can't do it. Probably not. That's the trick, though. The trick is, like, we all know you can't, so how did they do it? Because that guy fires the gun and that bullet ends up in that guy's mouth, you know. The best guess on their bullet trick is they have two copies of the bullet, the fake one which fires past the person and the real one in the teeth. Yeah, well, the problem with that theory is that they sign the bullet, and I think you'd probably spot, you know, like in the process if somehow that's been tampered with. And wouldn't you notice if they were aiming the gun past someone, like, maybe not if you're watching it live, but they like video the trick, the stunt, and show you it. And I think if they were aiming past the person, you'd probably pick up on that. Look, I'm not saying we have to have the solution now. We need to know the answer or anything, or that it's not really a trick. I mean, it is a trick. It's just however they figured out how to do that is brilliant, and that's the magic of it, right?